Hi guys, so today as promised I am going to be doing my new 2012 products video. So basically this is going to be about products that have come out in the drugstore, or I have two MAC products as well that are new for 2012, and it's stuff that a lot of people have been blogging about, been posting videos about, and I've mentioned some of them before in my favorites video, or my hits and misses video, because a couple of them I said were misses, but I'm going to tell you everything that I got over the past couple months. It is about almost the end of January, so I basically spent all of January collecting all the new products, except for a few that I have not tried, or some that I could not find, which I'll tell you about later. And I also got a comment saying that my videos were too long, so I'm going to try to make this short, but I really do want to talk to you about everything that I want to say. So if it is too long, I'm sorry, break it up into a couple of times of viewing, but like I really don't want to sacrifice stuff that I have to say by shortening my videos. So I'm just telling you my purpose for my videos being a little bit longer is because I want to try and get everything out. So I'm just going to go really quickly, and I'm going to start with eye products. And this is something that I actually received in the mail today. I just got my order from Ulta, and it is the Physicians Formula Nude eyeshadow palette. They have like a bright, a smoky, and a nude palette. And I think this is adorable with like the vintagey lace. It has like a nude pink satin overlaid with lace, which I think is really, really pretty and is a lot nicer than their usual packaging. It is plastic along the side here, so the lace is only on the front and the back, kind of like a book. So that's how it looks. And then it opens up, and it's got some really pretty shades, which I've heard it's kind of like their version of the Naked palette, and you get 9 shades, and they're meant to be broken up into sections of 3. The top 3 is supposed to be natural. The next 3 are supposed to be playful, and then the third is supposed to be dramatic. And it comes with this little slanted sponge tip applicator, which comes in their other little palettes like this. Like they have the ones for the different eye colors, and this is the little packaging that I will show you. It comes in this, and then it has a little description on the side that says nude eyes, and then it says you can get 3 times the nude looks with natural, playful, and dramatic. And on the back it says naked and neutral yet never boring shades create modern nude eyes. High performance formula, wet and dry application for 2 finishes. Wet for intense color with long lasting wear, transform shadow into a liner, or dry for a softer result. And then they give directions for the little applicator. They say that you can use the flat side for applying color all over the lid. So that would be just like taking this and just like sweeping it along your eye. Use the tip for lining, but I think this is really too big to use as a liner unless you're going for really dramatic. And then the slanted tip for applying your contour color, so I guess like in the crease here. And then it gives you directions on put the medium shade in the lid, put the darker shade in the crease, the lighter shade in the areas you want highlighted. And basically it comes with different variations of bronze, taupe, brown, but they are not very pigmented. It might come out differently if you're wearing a primer on your lid, but I haven't worn this yet because I just got it today, but just looking at it, I mean, they're very soft, but they are not very pigmented. Like I'm swatching these. Let me try the 3 dark colors. These are a little more pigmented, but still not anything amazing. So I will definitely have to try this out over top of a primer on my lids. And it kind of goes from like lightest to darkest, as you can see. So we'll see how that turns out. Second product is Revlon Color Stay 16-hour eyeshadow quads. I love the shade ranges in these. I have 2 of them and I still want to get more. I have number 550 Enchanted, which comes with a light pink, a dark grayish taupe, a more muted brown taupey color, and then this is a really interesting color because it's like a dark black with green shimmer in it when it hits the light. So that's really pretty. The second one is a more neutral palette, which is number 500 Addictive. And they all have like sinful names, you know what I mean? Like they all have like Addictive, Enchanted, Siren, all these very interesting names. And this one, Addictive, is much more muted and matte finish. And so it comes with like a buttercream color, like a skin tone shade, a little bit of a darker brown, and then like a chocolate brown. And I do like the eyeshadows. I like how they apply. They definitely need a primer because, and even with a primer, I have to say that they do not last very long. I feel like they start fading on my lids fairly quickly, even with a primer. And I don't have oily lids at all. And you know, I'm just I like how they apply, but I don't like their staying power. So I'm gonna try them with a couple different primers to see, you know, if one makes a difference. Like maybe I should try like a paint pot underneath to see, or the next product I'm going to show you, maybe I can use that underneath. But if you know of like a good combination on how to get these shadows to stay on your lids, let me know, because I love them, but they just fade very quickly, and to claim that it's a 16-hour product it's pretty disappointing that it doesn't last that long. My next product is very talked about on YouTube and all the blogs, and it is the Maybelline Color Tattoo shadows. So I talked about these before, and before I was kind of saying that they fade over time. Yes, they do. I was not wearing them with a primer, and actually, yeah, I was not wearing them with a primer, and I still do not wear them with a primer. But I have figured out if you build the color up a little bit more dramatic than you usually would with like a paint pot, you do get a lot more color saturation, a lot better staying power, and they do not crease. My fear was that by building up the color, they were going to start to crease, but they do not. So I say your best bet is to make sure you put a good amount of product on your lids, and that will help it stay looking saturated, looking like you just put it on the rest of the day. Do I think that these are going to last 24 hours? No, but they are really good products. I really like the texture. They are almost identical texture to the MAC paint pots, and I really like the colors. I do wish they had some more colors. I don't like the purple that I want a purple one, but I don't want the color purple that they have. And some more variations of neutrals. I love Bad to the Bronze, which is this color here, which I actually have on my lids today. It's really, really pretty. And then they have Pomegranate Punk, I think? Yes, Pomegranate Punk, which is like a maroon berry color with a little bit of shimmer in it. Bad to the Bronze is very shimmery as well. And then they have, the only matte shade is the Tough as Taupe color, which is a taupey gray color. Comes off more gray on your eye, but I was thinking that it would be good, a good primer to use with like these matte shades in the Addictive Quad from Revlon. I do want to get the Bold as Gold color, which is a really just true gold shimmery color. But the rest of them, I'm just not, they have a brights, and I'm just not a bright person. They have a shimmering white, but I think it's a big pot to just use in like a couple areas, if you're just going to use them as like a highlighter base. I'd rather just use my regular shadow, and I have my NYX pencil in Cottage Cheese that I use as a base, so I don't need that. But yeah, I really, really like them. Like I said, you just have to make sure that you build the product up and you're not just doing like one swipe of the product on your lid, because it will fade throughout the day. But by, you know, making sure you swipe 2, maybe 3 times just to get a good saturated color, that will help it stay for the rest of the day, and it will not crease. The next product I'm kind of disappointed about. I was so excited for this. I was waiting for it to come to come into my stores around me, but it didn't, so I ordered it from Ulta along with the Physicians Formula palette. It's the Rimmel HD Glam'eyes shadows, and I think that they just need to make them bigger. I think that's what needs to happen. I got number 4 Green Park and number 2 English Oak, and I mean, the colors are pretty, but first of all, the color that's in this like T shape is a lot lighter than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more huntery, but it comes off like a lime. So I didn't like that. And then the little I really like the shade right here, this little tiny square. But I mean, compared, like, look at my pinky compared to that spot. Like, my pinky is going into the other colors. Like, it's so small that to get a brush to be able to get in there will be almost impossible to get it just in that color. I'm afraid it's going to dip into all the colors and not come off how you want it to. So I'm just really disappointed in how they made those colors so tiny. And yes, there are 4 of them, but they're smaller than my pinky. So I'm just disappointed in the fact that you're not getting very much product, and some of the best shades, it seems like, are these little tiny little pieces, and that just drives me nuts. So I don't know. And then if you're gonna have, I mean, they have this dark brown as the main color, and then all the lighter colors around it are in the little bitty parts. You would think that you would want a more medium to light shade be the biggest, so you can use it all over your eye, and then in the smaller ones use the darker. But that's just my opinion. I just don't like the packaging. I don't like how that green came off when it looks different. I don't like how the other colors are so little. If they would just, you know, I know that the point of it is to look like, you know, like a flag or whatever, but I just, it's a gimmicky idea, and it's supposed to be appealing to the eye, but it doesn't actually, it's not functional to use. So that's my problem with that. My next product, I had originally claimed it to be a miss, but I have been able to turn it into a hit. And it's the L'Oreal Paris Infallible eyeshadows. These are, some people are claiming they're just pigment, some people are claiming that they're creams. They are actually a pressed pigment. So it comes with this little cap. I know I've shown you this before in other videos. And then it's pigment that has been pressed down, and this is to help kind of seal that in. And it is like a powder, just, it comes off more creamy because it's a pigment. So I have this in Golden Sage is the first color, and it's it's a really, really pretty green. My issue was when I first got Golden Sage, the color did not last and it creased. I was heartbroken because I was so excited for these, and I was just like so disappointed in the fact that they would just, it was like, it was just wiping off basically. It was like disintegrating on your eye. I don't know what was going on. But here's Golden Sage, and then the other color is Bronzed Taupe, which I got on Ulta.com. I had ordered bronze, or I'm sorry, no, I ordered taupe, and I got Bronzed Taupe, which is actually good because I really like the color, but they didn't even offer Bronzed Taupe as an option. So I don't know if they put the wrong shade, like they listed the wrong shade online or what, but just beware if you order taupe, check to make sure you're getting taupe, because I did not. So this is Bronzed Taupe here, and it's a little bit darker than the Bad to the Bronze paint, or I almost called it a paint pot, color Tattoo. This is the golden, or not golden sage, the bronzed taupe color. The trick is you have to use a primer. I was not using it with a primer because I had heard you didn't need to. It's a pressed pigment, it comes out so creamy, it comes out great, it's infallible, it lasts all day, blah blah blah. No, you need to use a primer, and one of my favorite primers is the e.l.f. eye primer, either the mineral or the original. So the original is $1 and the mineral is $3. The difference really is that the mineral is more liquidy. I mean, basically that's the only difference. It's much more light than the other one. But both are great, and you will not experience creasing with either of them. And that just brought this bronzed taupe alive. I mean, it looked so good. I mean, it looked amazing. And I was so happy that I could use them because I love the golden sage color, and I, was really disappointed that it wasn't lasting. So I'm glad that, trying it with a primer definitely made all of the difference, and it looks so much better. The next product, and actually I could use bronze taupe on top of Bad to the Bronze, and it looked really good. It will look really good if I do that. The next product is the CoverGirl Lashblast 24-hour, and it looks like this. It's in a black tube. They always just do a different version of the same tube. It's always a different color. And I'm about to run out of time, so my idea of trying to get through this fast obviously didn't work. I have a lot of products to talk about. I'm going to go upload or download this video onto my computer and then film the rest of it. So I'll talk to you guys in